A towing dispatcher asked, "Is everyone on board?" The caller said yes. But Nolan Wells was on that island. GPS data now shows exactly where that call was made, the same stretch of water where his body was found 2 days later. And the girl who may have spoken to him last says he told her he was coming home. "Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going. We're sinking. Can you all please come? I want to get this boat unsank and towed back." That audio was released by ABC News on July 16, 2026, obtained through a public records request by NBC News. It is a call made from a vessel at the west tip of Horn Island on the afternoon of July 4, 2026. The dispatcher responded. And then asked a question. "And is everyone on board and in good health otherwise?" The caller said yes. Yeah, everybody's on board." The exchange appears to confirm that everyone aboard the vessel at the time was accounted for, though it does not establish whether Wells was expected to be on the boat. That distinction, precise and deliberate, is the one this documentary will hold. Because everything that follows from this call depends entirely on when, exactly, it was made relative to the last time anyone confirmed seeing Nolan Wells on that island. GPS data from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, obtained by CBS News, shows the boat left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m./site. The tow call was made before that departure. A call from the west tip of Horn Island in which the operator confirmed everyone aboard was accounted for, made in the same afternoon window when Nolan was last seen on shore. If Nolan was still with the group at the moment of that call, then the word, yes, is one of the most important words in this entire case. If he was already separated from the group when that call was made, then the word, yes, doesn't involve Nolan at all. This documentary is going to lay out every confirmed, documented fact in the order it actually happened, and be precise about which questions remain open and which ones the record has already answered. Because in the Nolan Wells case, the difference between a confirmed fact and an assumption dressed as analysis has already cost this investigation valuable public credibility twice. And the family carrying this grief deserves better than that. On July 3, 2026, Nolan Xavier Wells made his family salmon for dinner. He hugged his mother Christine. He kissed her. And he left for a friend's house to get ready for the 4th of July. His mother's description of that moment has 3 words, hug, kiss, and he left. Nolan Xavier Wells was 18 years old. He grew up in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, a Gulf Coast town just east of Biloxi. He graduated from Ocean Springs High School in 2025 as a multi-sport athlete and enrolled at Southwest Mississippi Community College, where he played wide receiver on the football team. 6'1", 180 pounds. A sophomore. A young man who, by every account from people who actually knew him, showed up for the people around him. His coach Jake Bramlett said after his death, Nolan's character spoke louder than his accomplishments. His teachers remembered him. The man he worked for, renting out water slides and bounce houses, told CNN, the things that he did while he was here on Earth, it left a statement in a place in a lot of people's hearts. Attorney Ben Crump revealed a detail later that has become one of the most repeated facts in this case. Nolan had a Division I football tryout scheduled for the Monday they found him. His father Elmore Wansley told Good Morning America something about his son that tells you everything about the contradiction now sitting at the center of this investigation. He said, "Nolan always stays with the group. If you be with me, you come back with me." He said if he had been in that situation, he would have made Nolan get back on the boat himself. He would not have answered to his parents if something happened. When directly asked if he believed Nolan was left behind on the island, his father responded, "Yes. I don't believe he decided to stay on the island by himself. It just doesn't, that's not his character." This is the forensic backbone of this update. GPS data obtained by CBS News from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources gives investigators and the public something no witness account alone can provide, a fixed, time-stamped, objective record of where the boat was on July 4, 2026. According to the data, the boat left a private dock at approximately 9:56 a.m. on July 4 and arrived at Horn Island at 11:14 a.m. From 11:14 a.m. to 3 p.m. the group is on the island. Nolan is with them. He is photographed. He is seen. By all accounts, this is a normal holiday afternoon. Around 3 p.m., Nolan is last seen on the north end of the island. He is talking to a young woman. His friends prepare to leave. The boat left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m. Nolan was not on board. Then the boat moved 4 more times. It returned to its original departure dock. It then traveled into Fort Bayou around 5:52 p.m. before returning to the dock at 6:06 p.m. Later that evening, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch at 7:19 p.m., after which it was transported overland, presumably towed by a vehicle to the Biloxi, Mississippi, residence of the boat's owners. For separate movements after leaving the island. For time-stamped records of a vessel moving through the evening after Nolan was left behind. And somewhere inside the window between 3 p.m. and 4:31 p.m. the tow call. Ashlee Cole, a local Chancery Court judge and the mother of one of the teens on the boat, released a statement confirming that her son Warren was last with Nolan around 3 p.m. on July 4th, and that they left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water and they had an issue with the bilge pump. That is the confirmed GPS timeline. What it cannot tell us, what no GPS system can tell us, is who was on the boat at the moment of the tow call. It shows where the vessel was, not what was happening on it. Here is the tow call, stated precisely, because precision is everything in what follows. In the recording, the caller tells emergency responders the boat is near the western tip of Horn Island and that its bilge pump has stopped working. Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going. We're sinking, the caller says. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. The dispatcher asks whether everybody aboard is safe and in good health. The caller confirmed, yeah, everybody's on board. According to reports citing GPS and emergency records, the boat was eventually towed about 3 miles before regaining normal operation and returning to the location where the group had originally departed. Here is the forensic weight of this call. If Nolan was still with the group when the caller said, "Everyone's on board," that is a documented false statement made to a dispatcher. It means he was present and then separated from the group between that call and the 4:31 departure. It narrows the window of his disappearance to somewhere inside that gap. If Nolan was already on shore, already separated from the group when that call was made, then "everyone's on board" refers only to the people who were actually on the vessel at that moment. And it tells us nothing about Nolan specifically. The exchange appears to confirm that everyone aboard the vessel at the time was accounted for, but does not establish whether Wells was expected to be on the boat. That is the precise, careful, accurate framing. And it is the only framing that respects what the record actually shows versus what it leaves open. What the call does confirm, there was a mechanical emergency on the boat. The bilge pump failed. The boat was taking on water. This is why they left the island. This is what Judge Cole Warren Hudson's mother confirmed independently in her own public statement. For nearly 2 weeks, the one person who may have spoken with Nolan last was almost entirely absent from public coverage. While friends and theories and viral videos dominated the conversation, one specific account stayed quiet. Her name is Katie. Her mother, Gracie McCormack, posted publicly when speculation about her daughter began circulating online in ways she did not expect. McCormack confirmed, her daughter was on Horn Island that day. She spent time with Nolan. They parted ways sometime that afternoon. Katie left safely on a different boat. She has been reachable the entire time. She was never missing. And then came the detail that reframes the central question of this entire case. Attorney Ben Crump has stated, relaying Katie's account, she says Nolan told her he was planning to rejoin his friends and get back on their boat before they left. His friends have told investigators the opposite. That Nolan chose to stay behind. That it was his decision. That they left because he said he was staying. Sheriff Ledbetter has said publicly, from what we understand, he chose to stay there. Both statements cannot be simultaneously accurate. If Katie's version is correct, if Nolan told her he intended to come home, then something happened between that conversation and the boat departing at 4:31. Something interrupted what he planned. Nobody has explained what. If the friend's version is correct, if Nolan made a deliberate decision to stay, then what happened to him in the hours that followed, alone on a remote island with no phone, becomes its own open question. This contradiction is the forensic spine of everything that follows in the investigation. It is the difference between a young man who was left behind and a young man who chose to stay. It is the difference between an accident and something that demands further explanation. Nobody with authority to resolve it has resolved it. The cell phone inspection agreed upon by both Crump's team and investigators on July 15 has not yet taken place. One of the most significant new developments this week was the identification through a public statement of one of the teens on the boat. Ashlee Cole, a local Chancery Court judge, is the mother of Warren Hudson, who was with Nolan on the island. She released a statement saying her son, Warren, was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and fully cooperated. Her statement confirmed the 3 p.m. last sighting. It confirmed the 4:30 departure. It confirmed the bilge pump failure. What her statement also represented was a judge, a sitting Mississippi Chancery Court judge, publicly defending her son's account in an active death investigation. That detail is not nothing. It is a documented fact about who is now speaking publicly in this case and in what capacity. A judge confirmed, in public, that her son cooperated with investigators and explained the reason the boat left the island when it did. Crump's team has said it has not yet spoken with the friends who were on the island with Nolan, because those friends have obtained legal representation. That is their legal right. It is also a documented fact, the people with the most direct knowledge of what happened between 3 p.m. and 4:31 p.m. on Horn Island are represented by attorneys and are communicating through those attorneys and their parents. Elmore and Christine Wansley told Good Morning America they believe their son was intentionally left behind. We always taught him. If you go with a group, you stay with a group, his father said. That statement, we believe he was intentionally left behind, is the clearest public articulation the Wells family has made of what they believe happened to their son. It was made on Good Morning America. It is in the documented record. And it represents the family's own account of Nolan's character, directly contradicting the version his friends have given to investigators. Christine Wansley said at the July 10 press conference something that has stayed with this case, the accidental drowning thing, it made both me and his father uncomfortable. Why are we so quick to rush to this? What we're wanting is transparency. At the end of the day, we want answers. The sheriff's office continues to describe this investigation as active and ongoing. Officials have said they suspect drowning. That suspicion has not been confirmed as a finding by either the state autopsy or the independent autopsy. Both remain pending. No one has been charged with anything. No crime has been officially confirmed. What has been confirmed? A family that knows their son. A father who says his son would not have stayed. A mother who says rushing to call it accidental is not the answer. And an investigation that cannot yet provide the answer either of them is waiting for. This detail has not received the coverage it deserves, and it is in the confirmed public record. A friend of Wells made a call to the Coast Guard around 11 p.m. on July 4. Christine Wansley reported her son missing to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office around midnight on July 4. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office did not request Coast Guard assistance until around noon the following day, July 5. That is a 13-hour gap between a Coast Guard call made by one of Nolan's friends and the Sheriff's Office formally requesting Coast Guard assistance. 13 hours during which search resources were not officially mobilized in coordination with each other. This detail has not been explained publicly. It has not been addressed by the Sheriff's Office in any statement this documentary has been able to confirm. But it is in the public record. It is a documented 13-hour gap between the first Coast Guard contact and the formal multi-agency search activation. In open water missing persons cases, professionals understand that every hour matters. The window for a live recovery closes fast. And 13 hours is not a small gap in a case where a young man was missing on a remote barrier island with no communication and no shelter. This is not an accusation. It is a documented fact that deserves to be in the record. And it is a question the investigation will need to answer. Former Mississippi Judge Carlos Moore returned to Facebook with a pointed warning aimed specifically at District Attorney Angel Myers McElrath. His words deserve to be in this documentary in full, not because they are a conclusion, but because they represent a credentialed voice with documented experience with this specific DA's office. Moore says he represented the family of Antoine Diamond Sims, killed by a Moss Point police officer in August of 2019, shot 5 times in the back with nothing in his hands. He says the incident was caught on video with multiple witnesses. He says that despite what he calls overwhelming evidence, McElrath's office was unable to secure an indictment. His message on day 11 of the Nolan Wells investigation was direct. If the situation were reversed, 3 black teenagers returning home while a white teenager was left behind and died, an arrest would already have happened. He made a legal argument: there is nothing in the law that requires a DA to refer a case to a grand jury if she independently determines it was simply accidental drowning. The fact that this is going to a grand jury, Moore argues, suggests the evidence does not support a simple accident conclusion. He described the DA as courteous, but made clear that hospitality is not accountability. His closing message: he intends to keep watching closely. Attorney Tyler Bailey offered a different reading: grand jury referrals are standard, routine procedure in Jackson County for any unnatural or suspicious death. It doesn't on its own signal that foul play has been established. Both attorneys are credentialed. Both have experience. Their readings differ. Both deserve to be held, not resolved, until the grand jury actually receives the evidence. This week produced something the Nolan Wells case did not need: fake autopsy results circulating online claiming to reveal dramatic new findings, defensive bruises, reclassification, British Columbia forensic team. None of it is confirmed. None of it matches any verified reporting from CBS News, NBC News, ABC News, CNN, NPR, or local Mississippi outlets. It is fabricated content designed to look like breaking news. It has spread across multiple platforms. And it carries the same problem every piece of unverified content in this case has carried: it moves faster than confirmed facts, shapes public perception before anyone has checked the source, and forces the family and their legal team to spend energy correcting things that should never have needed correcting. The pool photo from June 27th. The viral video voice identified as belonging to Trace's Tin Shepherd, not Nolan. The fake autopsy results. AI-generated videos targeting Christine Wansley. This case has now produced 4 distinct documented examples of misinformation spreading at scale in the same 2-week window. Ben Crump said at the July 15th press conference, "Just because we repost does not mean we authenticate anything." That was a direct acknowledgement that even the family's legal team has at times amplified unverified content. Eric Hertz, co-counsel: "Our job is to cut through all the noise and find the truth. This channel's job is the same. If it is not documented and sourced from a verified outlet, it does not go in this script. That is the standard. It has held throughout this coverage. It will continue to hold." Here is the complete confirmed record as of July 16, 2026. What is confirmed? GPS data from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, obtained by CBS News, provides the following time-stamped boat movements. Departed Private Dock 9:56 a.m. Arrived Horn Island 11:14 a.m. Left Horn Island 4:31 p.m. Returned to dock Travel to Fort Bayou 5:52 p.m. Returned to dock 6:06 p.m. Fort Bayou Boat Launch 7:19 p.m. Transported overland to Biloxi Residence of owners. Audio of the tow call confirmed: bilge pump failure, west tip of Horn Island. Caller states everyone's on board. 2 accounts of Nolan's final conversation are directly contradictory and unresolved. Katie's account, relayed through her mother Gracie McCormack, says he planned to come home. The friend's account says he chose to stay. A grand jury will receive the investigation's findings once complete. The cell phone mutual inspection has been agreed upon but has not yet taken place. Both the state autopsy and the independent autopsy results are pending. No cause of death has been confirmed. No crime has been confirmed. No charges have been filed. What remains unknown, what exactly was said in Nolan's final conversation. What the deleted messages contained. What the independent autopsy found. What the state toxicology will show. Whether the person who said, "Everyone's on board" on the tow call knew Nolan was not on the boat at that moment. The funeral is Monday, July 20th, Center Point Church, Ocean Springs. Visitation 9 to 11 a.m. Funeral immediately after. Reverend Al Sharpton officiating. Tyler Perry covered the expenses. Colin Kaepernick funded the independent autopsy. Christine Wansley has asked, consistently and repeatedly, keep it peaceful. Nolan would not want any violence associated with his memory. The tow call was made from the west tip of Horn Island. The caller said everyone was on board. The boat left at 4:31 p.m. Nolan's body was found 2 days later at the northwestern tip of that same island. Those facts exist in the same physical space. Whether they connect in the way some coverage has concluded, as a pinpointed moment of Nolan's separation from the group, that is still an inference. A serious one. Worth investigators pursuing with the tide charts, the marine survey data, and the forensic tools that a real investigation has access to. What Katie McCormack said to her mother, and what her mother posted publicly, is that Nolan told her he was coming home. What Nolan's friends told investigators is that he chose to stay. What Nolan's father said on Good Morning America is that his son always stayed with the group. Always. The cell phone, the one that left the island on the boat while Nolan stayed behind, the one with the deleted messages, is going to be inspected by both sides simultaneously. What it contains, or what was removed from it, may resolve the contradiction that no witness account has resolved yet. And the grand jury, when it receives this case, will be asked to do what no documentary can do and no press conference can do, determine, with the full weight of the evidence, whether a crime occurred. Whether Nolan Wells was left behind. Whether someone said yes on a tow call when the honest answer was no. Nolan Wells was 18 years old. He made his mother salmon for dinner on July 3rd. He hugged her. He kissed her. He had a Division I tryout scheduled for the Monday they found him. His character spoke louder than his accomplishments. The investigation into how he ended up in the water off Horn Island is going to a grand jury with 2 autopsies pending, a cell phone about to be forensically examined, GPS data now in the public record, tow call audio now in the public record, and 2 accounts of his last known conversation that cannot both be true. If you were on Horn Island on July 4, 2026, and you have photos, video, or information about what happened near the northwest or west tip of that island between 3 p.m. and 4:31 p.m., contact the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, 228-769-3065 during business hours, 228-769-3063 after hours. Nolan Wells deserves answers. This case is not over. This channel will follow every development as it becomes a confirmed public record.